Unfortunately, the front of my bumper got ran into when the car was packed and I wasn't sat in the car. And when I returned, I also noticed a crack on my plate, okay? Without any note left behind saying who did it. So used it for a protracted period of time and currently feel at this point in time the grotesque look of the number plate necessitates a number plate change. So I've grabbed myself some pliers to get them white caps off them screw heads and some WD-40, especially silicone, to lubricate them screw heads, so that it makes it a lot easier to get off them screw heads. Replicate the process for the other 3 screw heads and wipe off any excess of the front number plate. This video shows you how to retrofit or install new number plates on your car. Click the description link which encapsulates how to remove severely or badly rusted bolts from the rear number plate. The screws on the front number plates come off relatively easily from the plastic or rubber bumper. So I will be torque loosening all 4 screws and utilizing the existing holes on the old number plate or the rubber bumper to drill new holes onto the new number plate. You can also use a drill screw bit to take off the screws from the number plate. The next step would be to remove all 4 bolts from the rubber or plastic bumper. Then subsequently get some snow foam into some warm water and give the rubber or plastic bumper a very good wash. Okay, this is an opportunity to clean the bumper. Once done, rinse thoroughly, and then subsequently, once somewhat dry, apply the vinyl and rubber care to give it that shiny, glossy look. And once you're done spraying in all areas, retrieve the obsolete or defective number plate. And it's retrofit screws that will be used in screwing the front number plate onto the front bumper. These are the new caps in white and yellow, as well as them screws that will be going through the front number plate. And so basically you can see that they are somewhat almost the same. So if the pre-drilled existing holes are snug fit, this would fit, but if they're slightly oversized, you might need a bigger screw, but they should fit okay. So the drill bit's profile should be slightly smaller than the profile of the new screws, which is pretty evident here. So select the required drill bit based on the diameter of the drill bit and the diameter of the screw. Threading profiles. You can mask the length of the screw on the drill bit so you do not drill further than you require, okay? Using a masking tape. So I have selected a 3.5 to pilot and a 5mm to final size. So the first step to drilling the front number plates would be to get some scrap material or hardwood plywood on the workbench to prevent you from drilling further onto the workbench. And then subsequently utilize the old or defective front number plate as a drilling template. So latch the old number plate on the new number plate to match dimensionally so that they fit each other's outline. And you can see that the outside perimeter of both the old and new number plate have got the same provenance or locus. Suffice to say, they match and they fit. So once you're sure that none of the edges of both number plates are protruding from either side, you clamp them on to each other so that when you're drilling there is no play and there is no movement, and that you can drill the pre-existing holes on the old number plate onto the new number plate. And if you correctly extrapolate the old hole positions onto the new number plate, the new number plate should fit on the bumper without any hitches or impediments. Here, both number plates have been adequately secured onto the workbench with the aid of 2 G-clamps. The next step would be to pilot drill the hole with a 3.5mm drill bit and open it up with a 5mm drill bit, or you can just open up the hole with a 5mm drill bit, to final size, as the material that you're drilling is quite soft, but I prefer to go progressively, whichever you choose, it's fine here. And so here I will be replicating or repeating and reproducing the entire process for all 4 hole sizes. So here I am swapping the 3.5mm drill bit for a 5mm drill bit to open up the piloted holes to final sized holes. Okay, just make sure you vary the speed to 2 for drilling. Okay. And then subsequently repeat the drilling process for the remainder of them 2 holes. So swap out the 3.5mm for a 5mm and open up the pre-drilled piloted hole to a finer sized hole using a 5mm drill bit. Take care not to drill through the hardwood plywood onto the workbench if you're trying to preserve your workbench aesthetically. Okay, you should feel the drill bit rip through the number plate, and when it gets onto the hardwood plywood you get a different traction or force through the drill itself. So drill carefully and progressively as opposed to erratically. Okay. And you can see that all 4 holes have been drilled onto the new number plate using the old plate as a template. And you can see that the screw fits when I slave it into position. Okay. And this is how far the screw would drive into the bumper. The old number plate is no good, so you can either scrap it or bin it, but you can see the material that it's made up of. This is a printhead to the material. You can choose to install a 3D or a 4D number plate. It's just, the difference is just in the cost of the material. Okay. The next step would be to install the front number plate. So vary the speed to 1 because you're screwing in. Okay. Select the appropriate drill bit. Whether you're screwing down a Phillips head or a star head, insert that into your magnetic bit holder and right into the chuck of the drill. Then let's proceed to screw or torque tighten the number plate onto the front bumper after taking off the protective film on the front number plate. And you can see that after the drilling process that the vinyl and rubber care has dried up, and it's quite glossy, shiny, looks brand new, and we can proceed to install the number plate. The final assembly process would entail screwing all 4 screws through the number plate onto the plastic or rubber bumper. Make sure that you vary the speed to 1 for screwing in and go lightly on the trigger when screwing in. Okay. The link on the plastic caps are quite fickle, so make sure that when you're screwing them in, your hand isn't getting in the way. If the caps rotate when screwing in, okay, so just be careful that anytime the cap comes to your thumb, that you get your thumb out of the way. Okay. And once done, spray the WD-40 specialty silicone on all them caps to prevent corrosive rust. And then seal the cap over the bolt head to prevent corrosive rust from the rain and the weather and other extenuating circumstances. Wipe off any excess, and that's your front and rear plates sorted. Cover them bolt caps, make sure they are secure to prevent, intrusion or ingress of water. And that's about it really. If you found the information useful, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, helps the channel grow, and hopefully catch up with you later. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. Goodbye.